This is DZR in JWP, a discussion of danzan-ryu jiu-jitsu topics using the JWP Japanese word processor. I am your host, Professor George Arrington, the editor of the danzan-ryu jiu-jitsu homepage, www.danzan.com. And in this last of a series of vocabulary videos, we're going to be looking at techniques and things related to techniques of martial arts. So let's get started right away. All right, the first word we're going to look at is form, and that is pronounced kata, kata. And the kanji for that looks like this. It doesn't look like that. It looks like this one. So there are different, a whole bunch of different ways to say kata in Japanese, or a bunch of different kanji for that. So you have to be really careful when you're selecting that. So this one means form. Okay. Next one is technique, which is called waza, waza, and that looks like that, waza. It means technique, but it also means a skill or art or craft. So that is waza. All right, next is kumite, kumite. And for this one, I'm going to, we'll first write that out. Kumite. And then I'm going to use the dictionary to help us out there. Kumite. And as you see, it says paired karate kata. So we'll do that one like such. And get rid of that stuff and say, okay, so it says kumite, and the kumi, the definition of that is association, or to unite, to grapple. So grappling hands, if you will. There, that means hand. Okay, shiai, shiai. It looks like that, and then the let's use the dictionary again. Shiai, and it is a match or a game, a bout, a contest. Okay, add those. Oops, I put in the wrong line. I beg your pardon. Let's do that one more time. Shiai, and it's this one right here. There we go. And so that I that we saw in Aikido before in the other video, meaning to come together, and then this one here means to test or to try together. Okay, so that is a contest. All right, next is strike, which is pronounced ate, and it looks like this. Oops, ate. Okay, not that one, but that one. And this means to strike. Okay, we can pull that up and look at it, to hit, and it means appropriate also, but in this context it means to hit. And one word that comes from ate is atemi, atemi, to strike the body. Okay, so ate. Thrust is read tsuki, T-S-U-K-I, tsuki, or sometimes it is written as zuki, okay, as in oizuki or gyakuzuki in karate, and that is read as T-S-U-K-I, and that means moon, so it's not that one, but that one, okay, tsu and ki. So there's the kanji right there, and it means to thrust into or to stab into, if you prefer. Okay. Next, to throw. Well, we all know that one is nage, and that kanji looks like this. Nage meaning to throw. Okay. A joint lock. I'm probably going to have to use a couple of lines for this, and that is Kansetsu waza. Kansetsu waza. And we'll use our dictionary. Actually, I think I can do this without the dictionary, but let's find out. I may not be able to. Kansetsu. Okay, how about that? I got it. And so that part right there means, oops, I did get the wrong one. Let's do that again. Kansetsu, and it's actually this one right here, which means joints or knees. And so when we put the word waza on the end of that, that means joint locking techniques. Joint locking techniques. Alrighty. Ground fighting. Ground fighting is ne waza. Ne waza. And that looks like this. Ne waza. Oh. Ne, that ne right there means to lie down or to sleep. So these are techniques that are done on the ground while you're lying down. Hopefully you're not asleep unless you've been choked out. So ne and then waza. That's ne waza. Okay, pinning. So this could be a ground pin, or it could be other types of pins, pinning somebody up against a wall. And that's osai. 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 And that looks like that. Osae. Osai. Okay. One of our danzan-ryu techniques, osai gami waza. Osai gami shime, excuse me, which means constrict by pinning the hair. All right. To hold down is katame, katame, or gatame, and what that one looks like is a box with a little another box with a cross in it. The inside part means old or ancient, furui, and then the box around it is the larger box there, and literally that means to harden or to like concrete will set or harden or congeal, or to clot, as it shows here, to clot or curdle. Okay, so when we're holding somebody down, we want to be like like concrete hardening on top of the person. So when we do our katame waza, we want to hold the person down very firmly. Okay, choke. Now with choke, I want to show you a couple of versions of this one. Choke is read as shime, and one version is shime is not that one, but that one. Okay, shime, and this is the one that you typically see for choking techniques, strangling or constricting, wringing out like a wet towel. Alrighty, and then the other version that we'll see is this. And it's not seen very often, but it is seen in a couple of places in danzan-ryu. Not that one, but this one. Okay? And that one also means to constrict or to squeeze or to, let's see, how do they say it? To tighten or to tie. Okay? And so that appears in at least one place, maybe in more in danzan-ryu, but I'll leave that as an exercise to the student. All right, vital point striking. Vital point striking. This is read as kyusho. Kyusho. All right, and I'm going to go down here and pull up the dictionary. Control D. And write kyusho. And as you see there, it says vitals, tenders point, secret key. So Q-show is this term here. Q-show. Q-show, and that means emergency, sudden, and this one here means place. So together they are the vital points. Okay. Next one, kicking, is keri, or keriwaza, but we'll just put in keri. 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 And that is the kanji for kicking. Kicking. Control I will show us it means kick. Alrighty. To stomp, and this is fumikomi. Fumikomi. I'll go down to the next line and use the dictionary for this one. It's a little easier. Fumikomi, and it says stepping into, breaking, rushing into. So that's the one that we're talking about there. And that is fumikomi. And you notice that it has the foot radical on that character. That character by itself means to step or to trample. And typically with that one we use, and I'll give you another kata, or another kanji here, and it is ka to, which means heel. Okay, that means heel. So normally a heel stomp. Okay, that's fumikomi. Okay, sweep. To sweep something away, like a thigh sweep or a loin sweep in judo, and that is harai. Harai. Oops. Let's do the kana first. Harai. So harai, and what that looks like is harai. It looks like that. Okay. This character here means to sweep. To sweep away, and to prune or to dispose of. That is harai. That's the term that they use for like a foot sweep or a leg sweep. But just as a point of interest, there is an older form of this one, and I'll show you that using the radical lookup. And that one contains this character here and one other, and find it. I think it's that one right there. And this character here is the older, uncommon version of harai. Okay, to sweep out or to clear out or to sweep away. And you see that it says it's uncommon. But when you look at the scroll of Professor Okazaki, that's the character that he uses, the harai character. All right, so that's an older version there. All right, to reap out, like typically we say gari or kari. I'm going to write gari here, but it is when we look for it, we use kari. Let's see what we get there, and this is to reap out. The kanji actually means to reap or to cut or to clip, to trim. And you see this in judo with the technique osotagari or ouchigari, and that means to reap out from the outside or from the inside. Okay? Reaping out the legs, that is. Alrighty, a couple more. Grab. We've seen this one in other videos. This is tori. And we'll just write that down. Tori means to grab. Okay. To escape. And we've seen this in other videos as well. and that's hazushi, hazushi, and hazushi, and that's the same character there, which means outside, or sometimes said gai, like in gaijin. So that, but when you see it this way, that means hazushi, or to escape from. Okay, well that's it for this video series about vocabulary. I hope you enjoyed those, and we'll see you next time.